If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and another cutting tutorial. Today I'm happy to be cutting along with you the Konin bowler bag by Country Cow Designs. Now I have made one of these before. I do not have one on me because it was a client one. This time I'm making a tutorial to go along with this, as this is the Thursday class of September 2023. We will be making this on the membership side in real time together as a sew along, which is great. But that also results in a tutorial, which I will be making for the public side as well. Yes, so before we get into it, why don't we hop on over to the designer website to show you what this bag looks like, get some inspiration from some of the pictures on her website. The only thing I will be doing differently in this bag is I'm going to do my linings. I'm not doing the wallet part of the lining, and I'm not doing the mesh slip pocket, mainly because I keep the linings of my bags the same and consistent in all of the bags that I make for my clients. It's what my clients expect, so I always do my linings the same way. So in the actual sewing tutorial and in the class, I will not be showing you how to do the wallet parts, but there are plenty of tutorials on my channel on how to do the wallet card slots and everything like that. So definitely do it, follow along in the pattern if you decide to do it that way. But I'm just going to do a zipper pocket as well as a my regular slip pocket. So let's hop on over to the Country Cow Designs website and look at some pictures of this bag, and then I'll show you what I'm going to be making this one. Okay, so here is the Country Cow Designs website and the Konin bowler purse. Now this is the most adorable little bag. As you can see, it's 7 inches high, 9.5 inches wide, and 4 inches deep. This is a bound bag. Do not let that scare you. This is the perfect bag to learn binding with. I myself love binding. It gives it such great structure. She has it as an intermediate level. Take it slow. I think you could do it as a beginner as well. Take it slow. Let's look at some of these pictures here. Let's see if we can go through them here. Super cute. So it does have a crossbody strap on it, as well as a top handle. The zipper goes nice and deep and down, as you can see. So nice. I love how the top handle, can you see that, connects into the side gusset here. We will be doing lots of rivet work. I think there's any pictures of the inside on here, but the inside, and she has instructions on how to do it with a, oh wait, there's more. Let's look here. There it is. That's how big it is only, you guys. Like, that's Joe right there. How cute is that bag? Joe is the designer. Here's another one. It looks awesome in Mora faux leathers. That is the mustard color from Emmaline bags. It is just so adorable. Anyways, that is what it looks like on the website. Comes together really fast. This is going to be so fast to cut out. No joke. It is super fast. There's different, she says here, different kinds of stabilizers we can use: Peltex, Decovil Heavy, or fusible foam. I'm going to be using Decovil Heavy as my main stabilizer. Yeah, if you will want to keep it out of the seam allowances if you're using a sew-in foam, mainly because of the binding, and it will get super thick there, especially if you are on a domestic machine. So yeah, okay, so let me change over the screen and then we will talk interface. Okay, so again, I'm just going to mention, as I do in all my videos, that I am in my basement studios. You are going to hear cars driving by, airplanes flying overhead. My house is alive with animals. My puppy Dexter is just at the end of the table. You may hear him. You may hear my husband and kids upstairs. It's not soundproof, and I am taping this live, so not much I can do to make it more soundproof. So please do be kind in your comments, and yeah. Now we can talk about interfacing. So as I said, I'm going to be using Decovil Heavy as my main interfacing in this. Gives it a nice and stiff look. It's great. Again, it is bound. I like to use a cotton binding, so that is what I will be doing in here, but definitely you can do whatever kind of binding you prefer. I'm just going to get pre-made binding to do mine. But you can do waterproof canvas binding. You can do fold over elastic binding. When I actually get to the tutorial, I probably will not show the full binding process because I do have tutorials on how I do my binding, but everybody does their binding different. So, what else? Again, I won't be doing the card slots because I'm just going to do my zipper pocket and my regular slip pocket. What else? You can use webbing as your crossbody strap. I'm going to make a vinyl crossbody strap for mine. And I think that is really all there is to talk about for that. Again, I do not do interfacing in this video with you, as we all are going to be using different kinds of interfacing, and how they are applied are all different depending what country you're in. Again, I'll be using Decovil Heavy, which I get from Emmaline bags. All my cotton pieces I will be backing with EP-Fuse Light, which is a medium woven interfacing similar to SF101, which I also get from Emmaline bags. So let me go tabletop down and I'll show you the materials I will be making this bag. Okay, so what I will be making the tutorial bag in is I'm so excited to use this, Blue Suede Shoes Viva Las Vegas glitter vinyl. Seriously. From Galaxy Kustoms. Can you see the glitter in that? Now this may be a little bit harder to turn when it comes to turning it because it is a glitter vinyl, but with it being a bound bag, I think it won't be too bad. So I'm super excited to use that as my main exterior. And then my lining, I had this in my stash and I think it's just gonna go perfect with it. So this is called Dragonfly Dance, designed by Canvas. And that is what it's going to be, and I am going to be using rainbow hardware. So hopefully the rainbow hardware will look good with it. I think it will. But yes, how about I'll get this cleaned up and then we will start with cutting our lining pieces first. So we're going to start with the lining. If you've cut along with me before, you know I go by my cutting chart and I like to cross things off with my air erasing sew line pen. That is so it all disappears by the next time I need to use this pattern piece and I don't have to worry about erasing it or what have you. So once again, as I do in all my cutting videos, anything I have a pattern piece for, I will have in this view here where you can see what I am doing. For those pattern pieces that are measurement pieces where I cannot share the measurements with you, I will make it so you're seeing my face, but you will see me working and I can explain what I am cutting out. So just mainly because I cannot share those measurements with you, you have to own the pattern to get those measurements. Okay, this bag is so fast to cut out, you are not going to believe it. Okay, so first we're going to start with our lining fabric. So that's section 2 of, on page 19 of the pattern is where my cutting chart is. So it says lining fabric, pattern piece A. Let me grab that pattern piece out. Now in the pattern, it says to only cut 1. That is if you are going to be doing the card slots. I am not doing the card slots. The card slots, that side of it is pieced. So I am going to cut 2 main panel A's because I'm going to just do a zipper pocket and slip pocket, and I will not be piecing the lining to incorporate a card slot. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 2. That's just something that's a little bit different than in the pattern because I don't want to put the card slots into mine. So I'm going to cut both of these at the same time. My fabric isn't directional, so I don't need to worry about that. So what I'm going to do is, whoops, I lost my pattern piece. Where did it go? It flew away. Let me find it. Okay, I'm back. It flew onto the floor. Okay, so the way I cut 2 pieces at the same time is I'm going to take my fabric and I'm going to fold it up upon itself like so. And you can only do this if it's a non-directional fabric. If you have a directional fabric, you're going to want to make sure your pattern piece is situated in a way where the top is going the correct way. If it is non-directional like mine is too, it doesn't matter so much. So this is how I'm going to do it for a non-directional fabric. So I folded it up like so, and I'm going to fold it upon itself, and I'm going to create, let me turn that off, a double fold here. So I can cut two things onto the fold at the same time. And I'm going to take my pattern piece, put it on the fold, and I'm going to hold that fold nice and crisp with a few hair clips to hold my pattern piece in place. Look how teeny tiny this is. I just love this bag. And I'm going to go in with my rotary cutter and cut out those two pieces at the same time. In all my cotton pieces, I will be backing with EB Fuse Light or a medium woven interfacing. Okay, so we should have two if we did that properly. There's one and two. And again, if you are doing card slots, you would only cut out one of these, and make sure you follow the instructions in the pattern for those card slots. So I'm going to set these aside because I'm going to still need to use this pattern piece to cut my exteriors. So I'm going to put that into the need to be cut more thing. So I can cross off on my sheet here, main panel, I've cut those. Next we need to do the base, which is pattern piece B, I think. Oops. Let me find my piece here, base. Okay. And I'm going to put this upside down because the measurements are on this base piece. This is cut on the fold, but I am going to have it upside down so you can't see that measurement. Okay. So we're going to cut one lining base piece, have it on the fold, and cut that out. Make sure you're not catching the selvage in there. And I'll still need to cut the exterior base piece out, so I will set this aside for now and put this into my, here we go, just like so, into my needs to be cut more pieces pile. That's the base done. Next we want to do the wide gusset. Now these do also have measurement cuts if you want to use those. So again, the measurement cuts are on this piece, so I'm not going to show that piece to you. So we need to have one of these. I'm just going to put my pattern piece upside down so you can't see that measurement. I've got a little bit of a slit there, so I'm going to make sure I'm not catching that. And I need to cut one of these wide gussets for my lining. I will also need an exterior of this, so this will be going back into my to be cut pile. Oops, I went a little off there. Okay, so that's my wide gusset piece. Cross that off, and now we need to do one narrow gusset piece. Let me find that piece in here. And it doesn't look like I have the pattern piece for that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up to face, and I'm going to do a measurement cut of it as per the pattern piece here. As per the pattern. So I'll just use my ruler and cut it as per the measurements. Which way do I want to do this to best use my fabric? I'll do it this way. Okay, so we need one narrow gusset piece. Make sure I cut this correctly. Okay, a rough cut there, and then go back in and finish it off. And this is a very narrow piece, so I bet I accidentally threw the pattern piece away. It's such a little piece. Double check again. No, it's definitely not in there. Okay, so that is my narrow gusset piece. So I can cross that off for the lining. And then all I have left for the lining is I am actually, so it's such a teeny tiny inside. So I'm trying to decide if I even want to do a slip pocket. I don't think I'm going to do a slip pocket in this one just because the slip pocket will be too tiny, I think, to, well, slip pocket. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about a slip pocket in this one just because it is so tiny. But if you want to do the mesh slip pocket, go right ahead. But we will do the zipper pockets. So, and it'll be a very teeny tiny zipper pocket. So go ahead and cut 2 zipper pocket pieces as per the pattern piece or the cutting chart there. Okay. Double check. This one. I'll use this piece to do the other one. And just like that, that is all of our lining pieces finished. Fast, fast, fast. So there is my zipper pocket. Okay, so let me get this all cleaned up. This will go back into a non-scrap bin because there's so much of it left, and then we will get to cutting out that vinyl. Okay, so now we have the vinyl. Seeing as we have the camera already situated this way, we are going to do all of our measured cuts first. So if you've cut along with me before, you know I like to draw on the wrong side of my vinyl. I draw out all of my pieces first so I can get the best use out of my vinyl that I can with the least amount of scrap. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to draw out my crossbody strap. So all of these measurements are in the pattern, so make sure you follow along with that. I cannot share those measurements. You have to have the pattern to get those measurements. So we'll do the measured cuts first, and then we will go back in and we will use the pattern piece cuts. So I do my crossbody strap the whole length of my vinyl usually. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. I'm doing a 1-inch strap. And I'm also going to draw my halfway mark for when I make my handle as well, just to save that step from later on. So excited to be using this glitter vinyl. I think it's going to be adorable. Okay. So that is my crossbody strap done. We can cross that off of here. You can also use webbing if you prefer. She uses webbing in the pattern. Okay, exterior fabric. Okay, we need to draw our grab handle. So do that as per the pattern blah 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 pattern measurements as well. So 1 grab handle. Now I'm not going to do the accent on top of it. I am just going to do the grab handle. How big is that? Oops. I can be using my long ruler. That might be better. And I'm going to draw my center line on my grab handle as well. The grab handle is really cool in this because it also is what will be holding our D-rings for our crossbody strap. So, okay, so that's one grab handle done. I'm not going to do the handle accent. It's optional. If you decide you want to do that, you would cut that out as well. Okay, narrow gusset. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do the ruler measurements for these because I have them down. You saw how I cut them on the same pieces with the lining. This time I am just using ruler measurements. So draw this on the back and then I will show you all of this once it is all done here. Make sure my measurements are correct. And I like to write what it is on the back as well. Narrow gusset. Now I need to do the wide gusset as well. I just love how fast this bag is to cut out. It is amazing. And it's adorable. Wide gusset. Okay. And a base piece as per the pattern measurements. Make sure I get my measurements right. Very important to get them right when you are doing a bound bag because everything has to line up with each other. 3/4. I'm just double checking my measurements. Okay. That's my base. And then I'll go to a camera down to do my exterior panel. So let's flip you down. So this is where you can see I have all of my pieces drawn out and labeled on here, and you can see I'm using up nice and even amounts of my vinyl, so I have very, very minimal waste. Okay, so now we need 2 exterior fabrics of this pattern piece A. I'm going to go back over to this side here and draw these out. I do like these little blip marks at the fold lines, so I know where I'm going to line it up when I flip this pattern piece over. Flip it over and there's those lines, and then I can line it up with my paper nice and even here. This bag is so teeny tiny cute. This is a super fast sew as well. It is so much fun to make. Would be a great market bag, takes minimal hardware, minimal supplies. Okay, I'm going to watch my line right there and draw my second one. I will also be doing off camera my overlay for my zipper pocket like I do in all of my bags. It is not part of the pattern, so I'm not going to include it in this cutting video. But if you want to do one like I do have classes down below as to how I do that. Okay, so that's A and A. So if I go through my things, I'm done. My main panel's done. Base done. Wide gusset done. Narrow gusset done. Handles done. Would you believe that is it? So now we can go ahead and we can cut this out. So I am going to leave, I have a little bit of scrap here, but you'll see we used up a lot of, almost all of the space. So we still have lots of working fabric here for other projects. So let me show you the amount of scrap I have from this roll as soon as I out. So this here is what I have excess of this roll, which I will use either for a matching wallet or for something else. It's a nice, good, usable chunk of scrap. Okay, now to cut out the rest. Cut out my crossbody strap. Crossbody strap is done. Base, and I will grab my other base piece and keep them together. My wide and my narrow gussets. And I will find my lining pieces that go with those so I can keep them together. And you'd use the pattern pieces and the measurements in the pattern to cut out your interfacing pieces as well. Okay, this was my grab handle. And my two main pieces. I don't believe how excited I am to make this. The one I will be making in class is actually a client order. So that'll be fun. Oh my gosh, the glitter! And I think it'll look good with rainbow. Let me know what you think. Yeah, it will. Keep these pattern pieces together. And that's it for those cut pieces. How fast was that to cut? Like, seriously. Again, it would be a little bit longer if you were doing the card slots, which you could definitely do. But yeah, super fast to cut out. So I truly hope you enjoyed this cutting video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you want to see this in slowed down version, learning how to sew it, you can definitely join the membership side and catch the replays of the classes that we did in September of 2023. And yeah, I will, at the end here, I will have the Meet the Bags video and the tutorial linked in the cards as well, as those are also linked down in the description. Anyways, until the next one, I'll see you guys again. Bye!